Battlefront 2, developed by DICE Studios, who did Battlefield 1 and the Battlefield series, produced by EA, who basically bent the game over and went in with no lube. I didn't cuss that time, as far as I know of.
Still suggestive.
Highly
subjective. But the gist of the content that we're finna discuss right now is loot boxes.
Larry.
In a competitive game.
Larry.
And violated the old house rule. It's alright.
But Battlefront 2 has committed a serious taboo, which would be adding loot boxes that you can get items that can affect your gameplay in, which would effectively make that game pay to win. Am I correct?
I mean, you're correct. Like, honestly, like Battlefront 2, like recently, in like the past couple months, Battlefront 2 is not the first game to do this. Like the other one being Shadow of War.
It was loot boxes, or was it just microtransactions?
Microtransactions.
Okay.
Like you could you could get loot boxes if I remember right. It could you could pay a certain amount. You could pay some real money to get like this little crate thing that'll give you like Uruks for like in game stuff to help you rush down in game, or you could just grind it out.
That is one thing, but Shadow of War is more so a campaign
of single player stuff.
Yeah,
bro.
a single player. But in a multiplayer game, now I know some of y'all thinking, well, Overwatch has loot boxes,
but Overwatch is cosmetic. You gotta remember that.
Items, stickers, outfits, things of that nature. But when I can get something out of a loot box and say, hey, your character takes 25% less damage. Wait a minute, your character takes 50% less damage.
Or does 50% more damage.
So on and so forth. Then that becomes a problem, because somebody can just pour enough money into the game to where they get all these boosts and gear and all this good stuff to where they're basically unbeatable because they spent the most money.
I mean, what was the real tipping point for it though was like the all right, it's Star Wars Battlefront, so obviously they're gonna have to have two specific playable characters. Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker. You literally could not have a Star Wars game without... Actually, no, never mind. You can. But you get what I was saying. Like, you could have a game without those two being in there. Generally. But, so the problem was, like, to get those two required, at minimum, 40 hours of gameplay without buying anything else. You could apparently get them in like a loot box, but like no, you can't get them in a loot box. But like to buy them with like in-game credits and stuff is like you had to play a lot of matches or like luck out in loot boxes and get credit in like a lot of your loot boxes.
So you have to waste a lot of your time
or money
to get these two characters.
Yes, and that's like, now I'm not saying it's 40 hours to get both. It's 40 hours. If I'm correct in my assumption, it's 40 hours a piece.
No, I cannot pour 80 hours into the game just to unlock a character.
Yes, and I don't even think they're coming. I don't think they come with all their abilities at their strongest already, because like they'll be subjected to the other stuff. Like you have to get like the good stuff for them,
and that'll take even more time that you have to pour into the game to level up that character and get these, different perks and whatnot.
I almost feel like they freaking misheard people when people started like being all counter against freaking DLC and all of that stuff. It's like, remember back like when we were younger and we freaking unlocked stages and characters. We unlocked them by freaking putting time into the game, man. Now it's just freaking pay out the pocket for this mess now. I feel like they freaking heard that and just took it to a mad extreme, honestly. Really took it to a mad extreme. Like that's what I get from it, honestly. That's what it feels like. Feels like somebody heard a bunch of people online saying that same exact thing, and they just took it to a ridiculous extreme. It's kind of almost like one of those matters where it's like, who approved of this mess, honestly? Who thought this was a good idea? I mean, look. I mean, I'm not all that used to the whole loot box thing since, I'm just now starting to play games that have that in there, but you already put the whole matter with the aesthetics and everything. And even that can be grating at times, especially with these little seasonal things where the loot box only has a certain something for a certain season in Overwatch. And I even remember one time, Smile was talking like with a friend of ours. He was thinking that this whole entire trend is Overwatch's fault.
I can't exactly say that.
I mean, I don't know.
Like he does have a point, but like I'll say Overwatch made it popular because Overwatch is basically like
it game. It's the it game. Right
yeah.
now.
But
yeah,
now,
but if that's the case, it's like freaking. In that case, it's like freaking loot boxes or freaking auto tune and like freaking apparently. Come on, you remember how many people jumped on that train freaking fast, and not everybody could freaking do it. Like,
yeah, I know. But no, I was about to say like if I'm gonna try to think about it, like the really first people that kind of got the loot box thing going, Borderlands 2.
Yeah, shift codes.
Yeah, the shift codes. The shift codes with Borderlands 2, and then you just
even with that, it wasn't DLC. You just like, hey, the developers of the game were cool enough to be like, hey, every single month, we're gonna put these codes out on Facebook and Twitter. That'll be worth a box, maybe 5 boxes, maybe even 10 boxes. You put them codes in, and you go in game, go open the loot box up, and get you some dope ass weapons.
I mean, even then, they still, like, as far as I know, to this day, they still might do it sometimes.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. in the Handsome Collection. For those of you that don't know, they still produce live shift codes for Borderlands 2 and for pre-sequel.
And probably, do they do it for Battleborn?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, in Battleborn, like...
It was made by the same people, but
not even just that, I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, it's...
Unfortunately, like, just gone. Like,
yeah.
That silence there was, like, epitome of it. It's like, isn't it just vapor now? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
because I liked the way it looked when it first came out, but... As I said, if there is any example that timing is everything, it is that.
Yes.
That and direction of your game. But I want to get with.
I don't know too much about that, so I can't really...
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, I want to get into Battleborn some other time, like later in the episode, not a later episode. But yeah, but like as far as I can see it and remember, and now that you count like mobile games, like cell phone games, like
which I still don't. Well, I'll take that back. Never mind.
All right, but now that you count like cell phone games, stuff like that, to me it really started with Borderlands 1 and 2 and the collections, and then like I said, it really ramped up and became popular with Overwatch, and like now everybody's trying to incorporate.
I could see that as far as Overwatch being a modernized version of the shift code boxes, because.
Were there duplicate shift code boxes?
Because the weapons that you got were random, so you might get that shift code.
I'm just saying, were there duplicates?
Possibly,
because
possibly. No, possibly. Highly unlikely, but possible.
Yeah, it's really unlikely because like literally all their guns are randomized for like various stats.
The brand of the weapon, the stats, the damage, the elemental type, the fire rate, all of that is randomized in like some weird generating system. So
yeah, I just wonder if they have freaking duplicates, since you know how we freaking feel about that much.
I mean, like the only
and
one
you get freaking like in Overwatch, love that game, but you get freaking chunk change. Well, back when they used to pop up, you got chunk change for those duplicates.
Yeah.
And you get a whole box full. It's like a whole box full of 5 gold, 5 gold, 5 gold, 5.
Yeah, but no, like the only, like to answer your question, the only duplicate guns, and I don't know about shift codes, but the only duplicate guns that you would get would be like the named ones, like Moxie's bad touch, Moxie's good touch. Like if they were like named, that
You couldn't get the only way you could get a copy of that is to go through the story again.
Yeah.
She has to give you that weapon. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's besides the point.
That's besides the point. But yeah, nonetheless, like honestly, a lot of games do also carry the system. Like Paragon, the game that I uninstalled from my PS4 recently, scrap game. I can't say I don't recommend it. We'll get into that some other time. Probably never.
Paragon is spared from Ronald's foul mouth, apparently.
But like Paragon has this like card system where you could, if I remember right, you can use real money to buy card packs. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. You can?
You can use money to buy card packs, and just like with Overwatch, you play certain amount and you meet certain goals, and then you get boxes. But the only thing that was off about Paragon was that you can get a loot box, but you needed a key to open the box, which you also had to acquire.
Like the keys in freaking Smite too.
Yeah, like how what Smite?
Hold on.
Like what?
What are you talking about exactly?
Then like, cause with freaking Don, shout out to old Don Mega. He was talking about like there was a certain chest or something.
Oh,
like,
those are the that's for the adventure. Like they're there. You just need a key to get it entirely. But in Paragon, you unlock the chest. So I was like, oh cool, I have this golden platinum chest, but I ain't got no key to open it. Now I got to get a key.
Or you get the key and you be like, I need to get a chest.
Dang.
It's either or. It bounces between two, which honestly will make Paragon annoying. But yeah, like a lot of games is starting to incorporate this system. I can't get mad at them.
Even Smite incorporating it with the whole login.
I was what
the godlike chest and whatnot.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
those chests in there are freaking. This can be so discouraging at times. It's like, because basically I think it's like every little couple chests you get close to a godlike chest, which is supposed to have something really freaking awesome inside of it. But I remember the first one I got, it was just nothing but fantasy point boosters after I already had finished the freaking season ticket, which is, pretty much just point blank simple. Fantasy point boosters after you pretty much finish the entire season ticket are worthless. Unless you're really just trying to help out somebody who desperately wants the stuff in the season ticket. Now in that case, I mean, you're kind of giving them some, a quicker ride, I guess. I don't know.
In layman's terms, if there was a max level that you could reach in Overwatch where you didn't gain any more XP, it would be like getting XP boosters at max level.
It's like, why?
yeah. But
why?
I forgot. I really did forget.
Yeah. You liked him.
And
I mean, you couldn't blame the companies for
right.
boxes.
Yeah.
See, I'm pretty good at that.
Thank you.
You gotta give me credit.
Yeah, thank you.
Credit.
But yeah, like I can't blame them. You got to make money somehow. And when like today's, with today's state of games, people do hop on and off. Especially like for a life of a streamer. When some streamers live and die by a game because there are specialty streamers out there. Like YouTube channel, like specialty YouTube channels, specialty streamers, and once like they hop out of that game and they try to go do something else, sometimes their channel dies. That's why I'm not a specialty streamer. That's why I do a variety of games on my streams and on my YouTube. I don't want to do specialties. Specialties are good. The game, that game development loves you.
But if the game wavers, then so does
that streamer. Yeah,
the niche.
Yeah, the niche streamer. That's the word.
The niche.
But like I said, making microtransactions is cool. But like the way EA did it, the way like Bethesda and Shadow of War did it.
There are a lot of games that fuck it up actually. The whole microtransaction thing, like MKX. Like, of course you have like the you can buy these characters or whatever. Or, and all that good shit. But I thought it was too much to be like, hey, you want to buy some, like, 5, what was it, coins or whatever? 5 coins or 10 coins? They had that whole deal where you could spend X amount of money to unlock everything in the crypt. There was basically like a small currency where, that was silly to me.
I'm sorry, as silly as that is, sometimes, as silly as some companies do with games is like, I feel like customers should know when to not throw money at something.
Stuff.
trashy.
or even like the source crystals in Injustice 2.
Yeah, it's like
no, I will gladly just wait until I get that bitch out of a mother box.